I accidentally discovered that my husband was hugging my stepmother, but I didn't expose them on the spot. Instead, I quietly swapped the birth control pills on the nightstand with strong laxatives, then kindly brought glue to help seal their bedroom door shut. After that, I pretended to panic and told both our families that my husband and stepmother had gone missing. The reason I did this was because in my past life I had exposed their affair right away, but my stepmother accused me of lying. No one believed me. My father even made me apologize to protect my husband's investment, in the end to keep their secret. My stepmother pushed me down the stairs. I died on the spot. Maybe the heavens pitied my fate, because when I opened my eyes again, I had gone back to the moment before they got together to change my tragic ending and bring them to ruin. I quickly claimed they were missing, but my mother-in-law didn't believe me. She led a group upstairs to knock on the door. Inside the room, the couple was scared out of their minds, but knowing they'd be exposed if they came out, they chose to stay silent. My mother-in-law was about to unlock the door with a key. Luckily, I stopped her in time, saying if they were inside, they'd come out on their own. Then I lied and said there had been news of a kidnapper lately, who targeted rich young heirs and heiresses, and maybe my husband had been kidnapped. Hearing this, my mother-in-law's legs went weak. Everyone immediately set out to look for them. Once they were all gone, I pulled out a bottle of glue and poured it into the lock, then called the rescue team for help. But this was only the first step of my plan. Next, I turned on a live stream and asked the entire internet for help, saying my husband and stepmother had mysteriously disappeared during our honeymoon. The news exploded online. Media outlets rushed over. Reporters flooded the scene. Even the rescue squad mobilized quickly. Soon the entire villa was surrounded, to everyone's shock. After a thorough search, it was confirmed that my husband and stepmother never left the community. It was as if they had vanished into thin air, but in reality, the two of them were still busy fooling around. The stepmother, out of habit, reached for the birth control pills, not knowing she had just swallowed disaster. Meanwhile, I was still spreading the news everywhere. Even dog walkers were approached. The rescue team was about to expand their search. When I said there was still one place left to check, everyone suddenly remembered the bridal room. Just then, the stepmother's stomach began to cramp in pain. She rushed to use the bathroom, only to find the door was locked. At that moment, everyone downstairs gathered outside the door. The media began broadcasting live for exclusive coverage. But my mother-in-law was puzzled. She had already checked this room. How could anyone be inside? I said maybe they were doing something dirty in there. My father didn't like hearing that. After all, she was his wife. The rescue team told us to stop arguing. They said they'd know the truth once the door was opened, but when they tried, the door wouldn't budge. The noise outside pushed the couple inside to the brink. Panicking, the stepmother desperately needed to use the toilet. Before they could figure out what to do, a rescue worker asked if anyone was inside. Otherwise, they'd break in. My husband told her to escape through the window, but when they pulled back the curtain, they saw the crowd outside. The stepmother couldn't hold it anymore and started farting nonstop. The rescue team banged on the door repeatedly. They ordered tools to be brought to force the door open. My husband panicked and tried to hide her, but when they looked under the bed, they found it was solid wood. They couldn't move it at all. At that point, they had no more options, and the stepmother finally couldn't hold it in any longer.